Hello everybody, I am Andrew.
And I'm Paul.
And welcome to Fan Voice episode 3. Today we're going to be outlining some fan responses we've gotten over the last 2 weeks that we've done this, and then we're going to talk about news, and then we're going to go in depth on the
big
Smash
subject,
Direct.
The Smash Direct, which has tons of news, and we got tons of feedback for it, so get excited for that.
Yeah.
So first off, I guess we'll go into the shout-outs for the fans who replied to us. First shout-out I want to give to is Atticus Ponce, who is a very good friend of mine. He basically gave a little comment for who is the next Hayao Miyazaki, and as I thought, he said Mamoru Hosoda.
Yep.
He is a huge fan of it. Newly viewing most of the movies, but he's just falling in love with him. Mm-hmm. And I do not blame you for 1 second. And also, he's done a lot to support us. He's shared our page twice and liked and commented. So, thank you so much, Atticus. We all like to call him Good Guy Atticus.
Good Guy Atticus.
And
yes, definitely.
Yeah, the name perfectly fits. So, thank you again. Second shout out goes to Brian Steiner, who also a good friend of mine, who gave an interesting reply to our who is the next Hayao Miyazaki. She said she doesn't believe Hayao Miyazaki will retire.
Like
there might be a chance that he won't retire.
Well, I mean, it's happened how many times before this?
Quite a few. Yeah. I think she specifically said there's Ponyo, but also a really early one too. Like I believe it was Princess Mononoke. And
I think it was after Princess Mononoke. It might have been Spirited Away. I can't remember. But after one of them, he said, "I'm done forever because I'm cynical about this," and that was not true at all. This one's a little bit different. I feel like the reason that I don't agree with her on that is that he's actually older now.
Right.
And it's not about being cynical, it's about I think I'm just done.
Yeah.
So
I have to say it again, the movie had so much finality to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she could be totally right.
Yeah, exactly.
In a year, he could be like, I'm making another movie.
Yeah, exactly.
He's definitely done it before.
He could very be the one, like, because there are other people who just loves this so much and wants to support everyone who's loved his work so much until he literally cannot do it anymore.
Yeah. So, I mean, he might be back. And this also might be I'm not going to remember his name again, but the director of Grave of the Fireflies, who is 88 and just did a movie last year as a director.
Oh, yeah, and he had a big hiatus,
Yeah, he had a huge hiatus. So, I mean, it might be a thing.
Yeah,
Miyazaki may be back in a few years as a small producer or a directing credit or something.
Yeah.
But
and also a few other cool facts that Brian talked to me about was the huge amount of inspiration other people took from Miyazaki. One notably being Final Fantasy. Chocobos and airships were inspired by Hayao Miyazaki.
Yep.
And
I believe it. I 100% believe it.
Yeah. It kind of makes sense, but when you stack up all the different people who were inspired by him, it's just so monumental.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I think he's done, but
I
don't know, who knows, maybe when people our age when Princess Mononoke came out, they might have been saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, he might be done. And then he came back.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. We might just be another generation going through the same cycles.
Yeah. But
and then one more point to push up Mamoru Hosoda. He actually studied under Hayao Miyazaki.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. That's interesting.
He definitely has the talent, but he might have a little bit more of an advantage than we previously thought before.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that he studied under him. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
It does. Yeah. It really does. Huh. And it's really cool.
That's really awesome.
So, yeah, those are the awesome facts that Brian presented to me. Thank you again, Brian, and we always appreciate your support.
All right.
So on to briefing our news for the day.
So we're going to go over a couple news items. we had a lot going on the site. We had a couple articles from last week and the week before.
We're pushing tons of articles out, so keep up with those. We got a lot of awesome feedback on that.
Yeah, definitely. So the first one is the Owl City track.
Oh yes, the Owl City single, which featured Lindsey Sterling, and it was absolutely awesome. Monumental. I think it's really an ode to older Owl City, and you can feel that he's deriving so much of his own feelings and also his growth.
Yeah,
from previous albums, you know, he says you can hear him saying, "Oh, we've gone through some hard time. I've gone through some hard times and stuff, but now I can finally see the dawn of the horizon," kind of thing.
It's a really, really good track, and Lindsey Sterling. I love Lindsey Sterling.
Oh, yeah.
She's amazing.
Me too.
So this is a really, really good pairing, especially the fact that these are two, general kind of like indie pop artists, sort of.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
They work really well together.
Oh, she blended perfectly.
Yeah, so that was just
like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, it was really, really awesome. So I was really, really glad to hear that Owl City hadn't gone to somebody like Carly Rae Jepsen again, because I hated that song.
Yes, me too.
Talk about the most overplayed crappy song on the radio.
A lot of Midsummer Station, really, really mainstream.
So anyway, I'm glad that this is getting some traction too. I've seen it everywhere. Everybody's talking about it.
That's so great.
Yeah,
I'm happy about that.
Yeah, me too. So does he have a new album coming out? Is that the plan?
I think this is the genesis for it.
Okay.
This single.
Yeah.
And it a little while back, we read an article about how actually our friend Connor Trady showed me this article about how he made a statement about how he was kind of returning to form and digging deeper in himself again. So shout out to Connor. Thanks for that.
It's a good point.
Yeah,
so,
it was a while ago, but it was really good and gave us hope for the future.
All right. So next news item. Okay, so Captain America. So I posted a quick article on the site about Captain America really smashing the April box office records.
Yeah.
Basically, it made about $90 million in its opening weekend.
Oh my goodness, that's insane!
And it not only does it break April records, but that broke both. That was better than both Thor openings.
Really?
And Thor is, in my opinion, I thought Thor was a bigger franchise.
Really?
I guess it's not, because Captain America 2 just opened and.
Well, it seems like what is it? If you look at Avengers and maybe Marvel in general, Captain America is a little bit more of a main character, I feel like.
That's true.
He's kind of the leader of the Avengers sometimes.
Yeah.
Though that's questionable in the movies with Iron Man.
Yeah.
What's the actor's name again?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, taking up so much of the screen.
Yep.
But he can't help it. He's just too awesome.
He's too amazing. No, I was really surprised to hear that Captain America 2 did that well. I haven't seen it yet. Hopefully this weekend I'll get a chance to see it. But I really, really wanted to see that and see how it stacks up to the two Thor movies.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I heard a lot about is how it's very political, and a lot of people weren't expecting that. So,
I actually did see it.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's I don't want to spoil too much for you, but there's definitely a huge element of crumbling establishment.
That's really interesting, because usually superhero movies don't do that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to kind of see that.
But it's this is definitely interesting, but it's also like I think about Iron Man 3 and how that one was kind of a 182. Because that one ended up being a lot about him not in the suit.
Right.
Which was also really interesting.
Yeah.
And also another thing I'm thinking is, like, the producers for these Marvel movies are really, really paying ode and respect to the hardcore fans. Because they're leaking so many little secret things at the end that only these comic book guys would know.
Yeah. No,
and I'm sad to say that I don't understand a lot of the revealed superheroes and villains at the end, but I'm trying to know. I'm trying to know. And I think it's going to help the general population get more curious in the deeper elements of the franchise.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally agree. I think they've been doing a really good job with that.
Yeah.
I think the fact that this movie opened so strongly is kind of a testament to that. Because I gotta be perfectly honest, I thought superhero movies were kind of on their way down. But then Captain America 2 opened up and it was like enormous and it was everywhere.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, they're kind of still going up.
Definitely.
You know, we'll see over the summer what happens. I mean, the Avengers had a ridiculous opening. I don't even remember what it was. I think it was at least 150 million. It might have been 200 million. That was a ridiculous opening, whatever it was. Definitely. So we'll see, you know, other movies that open up this summer, superhero movies, we'll see how they go. But I don't think there's any...
Is Guardians opening this summer?
I think it is, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I think that one's going to be very...
It'll be a different feel.
Yeah.
Like something a little more refreshing.
Yeah, I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be the perfect, like, irreverent comedy.
Yeah.
It's going to be, like, making fun of superheroes the whole time.
Definitely.
And I so look forward to that.
But it looks like it'll still interlude a lot of action.
Yeah, which I just think it's going to be... I have high hopes for that one.
Yeah.
I hope that one goes through, especially because of Chris Pratt.
Oh, definitely.
Obviously from Parks and Rec, I think that's where most people know him.
He's so awesome and funny and lovable.
He's hilarious, and I really hope he can bring that to Guardians, which I think he will. So, anyway,
I think a lot of people have faith in him. Definitely.
So I have hopes for superhero movies, definitely. And then new Borderlands. Okay, so Borderlands, the video game franchise, they just released out of nowhere, out of the blue, that they'll be releasing another Borderlands game called the Pre-Sequel, which is a ridiculous name, but also hilarious.
We prefer Midquel.
Yeah, the Midquel, basically.
Much more professional, in our opinion. No.
But this one looks really interesting because it's held completely in space.
Oh,
so there's a lot less gravity.
Both of the other Borderlands were like just desert field and stuff mostly,
and
right?
So this one is interesting because there's kind of a jetpack mechanic to it.
Oh.
And it's not a jetpack, it's venting your oxygen tanks, basically.
Huh.
But
it'll add as like another jump kind of thing.
Yeah, you can double jump, you can soar, float. You can even do a ground pound one, which looks really interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like this, when I first saw it, it looked exactly the same as Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
Like the whole UI, everything looked exactly the same. So I'm like, oh, they're just, putting out another game for fun, right? Yeah. And I was like, oh, whatever. I'm not going to pay any attention to it. Because I hate that, usually. But this one looks really interesting, because they really look like they're adding a lot of gameplay to it.
Yeah.
So, might be good. I'm going to keep my eye on it. It's not coming out for a while, I think, so, we'll see what happens. But I loved Borderlands 2.
I would say this jetpack mechanic is kind of revolutionary if Titanfall didn't just come out.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's definitely true.
It's a close.
Yeah.
It's a close fight with that new mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do like the fact that Borderlands was like, well, I mean, we'll just do something crazy.
Yeah.
I really appreciate
which
that
they're good for.
Yeah, they're really good at that. Usually.
They are good at thinking outside of the box. Like, I think the
the
leveling up mechanic in a first-person shooter was so cool.
Yeah, I mean, all the RPG elements, I think, are handled really well in Borderlands. So, I'm excited for this new one. We'll see how it goes.
It'll be cool.
Yeah.
So next is a trailer recently released for NES Remix 2. And if you don't know the NES Remix franchise, I haven't played it myself, but I've looked into it a bit. It's kind of like a WarioWare version of all the different NES games.
Yes.
Basically, it's like you do a couple challenges in a Super Mario world and then in a Zelda world. And it looks like this second one is really going to just amp up all the qualities of it. Like, the challenges look a lot more interesting, and they're mixing and mashing up the worlds a lot more. And there are even
really
some boss fights. There was like a clip of Samus fighting Mother Brain in one of the challenges.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that was something they're doing. See, I know about NES Remix.
Yeah.
I've never played it myself.
Yeah.
But from what my friend told me, he said it's just an awesome way to kind of relive some of that some of those older games
Definitely.
in a new format.
Definitely.
So another reason on top of the other reasons to go get a Wii U.
Yep, the reasons are stacking.
The reasons are stacking.
And we're going to give the biggest reason once we get through the news.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I guess we got one more piece. Mm-hmm. So, following the Face Off series, for all you people who enjoy that, I'm a big fan of Face Off. And for this current season, we are at the Final Four. And what that means is basically we have one more elimination to the Final Three, which is the finale challenge.
Right.
So, in this past week, or last Tuesday, I guess.
Yeah.
The challenge was vampires, and it was partially underwhelming, but there was definitely some really good elements from a couple of the contestants. But the big thing was the twist ending where no one got eliminated, and this pre-finale challenge is actually 2 challenges. Mm-hmm. So next week they're gonna take on werewolves,
which I think is a fantastic way of
vampires
of
and werewolves. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's really, really cool, actually.
And so basically, these the last 4 contestants are going to be judged on this week's work and last week's work.
Yeah. So are they going to bring in? Then are they going to bring in like the old vampire at the same time?
You know that I'm not sure about.
Yeah, or just like have pictures. Because I would love to see.
Probably pictures. Yeah. If you go on the website, they have screenshots of every single makeup. Okay. If you want to take a look at it, if any of you want to take a look at it, if you haven't seen this show, check it out. It's really cool. It's like basically competitive monster movie makeup elimination kind of show. It's really interesting and amazing to see what the people come up with in such a short amount of time.
Yeah,
they only have I want to say 6 hours and 3 days.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's insane. I could be wrong on the estimate of the time, but it's like a 3-day thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, that is it for news.
That covers our little news, and now the big news.
The big one. Real quick, if you all of this news usually goes up on thefanvoice.com.
Yes.
So go check it out.
The majority of stuff we announced, we've posted articles about it and have talked about it a little more in depth. So if you want to get some more insight on it, I would say go for it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thefanvoice.com.
Yes. And post comments and stuff. We're going to be responding to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or hit us up on Twitter at the Fanvoice Podcast or something like that if you have any comments. But yeah, the big one.
The big news!
So, this past Tuesday, there was a Nintendo Direct, which is usually just a way for them to get out information.
It's a little mix of things.
Yeah, all of their different games.
Yeah.
This one was different. This one was just Super Smash Brothers. And it's obvious that they have more information because, E3's not even here yet.
Yeah, it was a 40-minute in-depth discussion about everything about the new Smash.
It was really, really cool.
It was so satisfying.
It's a really good idea. I'm really glad that they're doing this.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah.
But especially for Smash. Because Smash is notorious for, one-day updates that mean nothing. He'll post a picture. Sakurai will, post a picture.
That's true.
And it'll just be like, oh, I don't like that. Doesn't tell me.
But then he'll always sneak in something amazing.
Well, that's just him.
Yeah.
He's such a troll.
Because, what is it? I think Sonic was just a daily update.
Yeah.
It was just holy crap for the original Brawl. Yeah. It was crazy.
They just updated the website one day and Sonic was there. And everybody was like, what? So there's no fanfare to this?
Their lids.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
This one, there was a little bit more fanfare to this one.
Oh, yeah,
There's
definitely.
a couple of really big announcements. I guess let's just kind of start at the beginning of what he talked about. Right at the beginning, and it was all narrated by Sakurai, who is the director of the series, from the Namco Bandai building, which was interesting. Mm-hmm. Did you notice that?
I did.
So their whole team must be over there now.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, if you're going to partner with somebody, you might as well use their facilities.
Right.
Anyway, but so he started out and some quick stuff about technical things, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
stuff about frames per second and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But the important takeaway there was that all the fighters will be 60 frames a second. So there's no like inherent lag in it.
Yeah.
Which is
very good flow.
Yeah, which is a good thing. I'm glad that they decided to point that out.
Especially for a 3DS. It's going to be interesting. I'm more worried about the analog stick breaking off on my 2DS. Quite honestly.
Yeah, the analog sticks I have a feeling that a lot of those 3DS's analog sticks are going to break.
Yeah. We'll see where that goes.
I don't know what's going to happen with that.
It happens, I guess, maybe.
Who knows. But, and then he just kind of went straight into it and started talking about new stages, items, assist trophies, and Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And there was a lot of stuff. So, forgive us, we didn't write it down or have it available because there is a lot.
There is a ton of cool things.
I was really surprised that there was a lot of new stuff. Especially stages.
Oh, yeah.
There wasn't a lot of returning stages. I saw, like, Jungle Japes.
Why Jungle Japes? Out of all the melee stages, it's like, come on, man.
And I mean, really, like, you pick a litter of any of the melee stages, and you pick Jungle Japes. The one with the fish that will kill you if you're anywhere below the platforms.
The one that everyone dies stupidly.
Seriously, everybody dies on that stage at least once.
I'm gonna get you. Nope, I'm in the river.
Yeah, I don't know. So, whatever. Jungle Japes is a thing. But,
it makes up for it with the tons of new stuff they have.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. I mean, they have a bunch of new stuff, especially Mario Galaxy. I don't know about you, I was really excited about that.
That one looks so cool.
I'm like, stages and items and other stuff, Mario Galaxy?
Yeah.
Yes, I want that.
That sounds
awesome.
Along with that, there was a really complex Kid Icarus one. It was like gigantic. There was like so much stuff going on in it.
Kind of like the New Pork City one in Brawl. It looked a little bit like
definitely.
that. It was enormous.
Definitely.
So anyway, I mean, that was really good, but honestly, that wasn't what I was most looking forward to. Yeah. Luckily, they didn't spend too much time on it.
Oh, no. And a couple other ones they were brief on was, like, the Gerudo Desert one.
Yeah.
And then, what else was there? There was a Fire Emblem one, too. That looked like it was a stadium, but then, like, changed form. Kind of like Pokemon Stadium.
Exactly. That's what I was looking at, too.
Yeah.
It looked exactly like Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That could be really interesting, too.
And then also, I think one of the coolest things about this is like the 3DS stages and the Wii U stages are going to be different.
Yeah, and I didn't know that going into this.
Oh yeah.
And when they announced stages, and then I realized that there's completely different stages for each one, I'm like, that's really, really cool. I'm actually really excited about that.
Yeah, definitely.
So the other thing having to do with stages was there was a announcement from Sakurai that there will be a Final Destination version of a bunch of different stages.
Yeah.
So basically just a flat platform, but they're all kind of aesthetically different.
Basically paying ode to the more competitive players.
Yeah.
He said, we know people like to play competitively, but we want every player to see everything Smash has to offer.
Yeah.
Which I think it's so great and so respectful to the players.
I mean,
it's awesome.
it is really awesome. And that's something that he has flatly dismissed in the past. Yeah. He's like, no, competitive players don't exist in my game.
Yeah.
And then now he's like, well, yeah, I mean, I know that there are people out there that do like to play with no items, and
he's doing a lot for it.
Yeah, and I think it's really good. So the other thing he announced then, actually to go along with that, since we're talking about competitive players, is 2 different online modes.
Yeah.
One of them was for fun, which is basically just normal Smash. That's what I got from
it. And then for glory.
Which
is basically like
glory.
Final Destination. You can do one-on-one with no items, just the legit stuff.
Yeah. So it's no items, Final Destination only. The fact that it's Final Destination only is kind of like, I know it's just an online mode. I mean, that's not going to become a standard for tournaments, I think. Yeah. But Final Destination only for tournaments would, I think, skew a lot of matchups for characters. Like,
that's true.
So,
because in even the competitive play, we have a couple platforms.
Yeah, you really need stages like Battlefield or like Yoshi's Island to kind of balance it out, because I feel like platforms help to balance out matchups, but this was a good thing on the whole. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because
this is a huge step up, especially from Brawl.
Yeah, and it records wins and losses and a bunch of other statistics.
Yeah, what is it? I was kind of confused about how they were talking about the player ranking and stuff. Yeah. Do you remember that? Because he was saying, like, first he's explaining, it'd be way too complicated to compare your points to other points. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do this system where you have a rank of 300 million kind of thing. And stuff. It's like, that sounds just as complex in my opinion.
I think that one is more so about like challenges and like single player stuff goes into that rank too. Yeah. So I can kind of see where they're coming from. Like, what is your rank on every facet of the Super Smash Brothers game? Yeah. Single player stuff, like probably home run contests, and then like multiplayer matches. I don't know. So if that has something to do with it, I can kind of see where you're coming from, but I don't know why that needed to be like a system being developed. I feel like I really like what he said. Like, in For Fun, it counts your wins, and in For Glory, it counts your wins and your losses. Like, it's really simple. Right. Like, it's a simple way to tell.
They may have said this, but are they two different numbers between For Fun and For Glory? Okay, good.
I'm sure that they are. So,
because otherwise it'd get really messy.
Yeah, it really would.
My rank is 300 million in home run contest.
In one
I can swing a baseball bat really well. So.
One thing targets.
That's good to know. That's good to know, definitely.
Yeah. So that was a good announcement. I felt like he gave a shout out to the competitive players. Yeah. So I was really excited about that.
Absolutely.
And then he just kind of went straight into characters and all items. That's true. Are you excited about any items?
They're item-wise.
I usually don't play with items. So.
No, yes, I am. The freaking Master Balls.
Oh, okay, that's a really good point.
That's so cool.
I was like, that's a really good idea. I really like that idea a lot. So for those who don't know, basically there's going to be two types of Pokeballs. One's just a regular Pokeball, and one's a Master Ball.
For people who don't know Pokemon, the Master Ball, you only get one in the Game Boy games, and it's basically a guaranteed catch. Yeah. So it's for, like, catching the super legendary types. Yeah. And that's why nothing but legendaries come out of these things, and it's, incredible.
Which is really cool. And I like the fact that they're going to make it really rare, and it's, like, only legendary Pokemon come out of that. I think that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what made me wig out about this so much is, like, back in the day in, like, Smash 64, the Master Ball is something I'd see in, like, a dream or something I had. Like, as a little 10-year-old kid, it's like, oh man, I had a Master Ball in Smash and Mewtwo came out of it, and he killed everyone. It was great. Kind of thing. That's what made me wig out so much about it.
Yeah, that was a really cool idea.
That was the beginning for me. Yeah. But I did list out a couple others that when screenshots were released, I don't believe I saw in this Nintendo Direct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is it? I can't remember if this was revealed before. The raccoon suit. The Super Mario 3 raccoon suit. It's an item.
Is it an item?
Yeah, a little leaf pops out, and then you get the little raccoon tail and ears. So.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah. Another one is, it's an old item, but food. It looks incredibly realistic.
Does
it
really?
It's really funny looking. I kind of love it. There's like a little shrimp tempura next to a pancake kind of thing, and Kirby's just like, yeah! So that's kind of cool. The most interesting one I saw was one with Diddy Kong, and it looked like he was holding two items.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, in one hand he had this, like, fan thing, and in the other, a big drill.
A drill? Oh my god. Drilling under the stage would be amazing.
Holy crap, I didn't even think about that.
I just thought of that.
Oh
I'm like,
my gosh.
That would be really, really fun,
That would be crazy. But you know all our friends are going to be like, Giga drill break!
Yeah, probably. That's a really good point.
We have to do it.
Yeah.
But I think it's really interesting, the possibility of dual wielding items.
Yeah, that is kind of an interesting
How will
idea.
that work? I'm really curious.
Yeah.
So those are the couple screenshots that were outside of Nintendo Direct.
Okay, yeah.
So
that's been released before, and
like the screenshots were released a little after.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So after items, one of the things, I don't remember when this was announced, but I think it might have been after all of the items and Pokemon and everything. Custom movesets.
Yes!
So, yeah, it was just a little teaser. I mean, they didn't show anything of it. But basically, Mario's Fireball was really slow and looked really strong.
It caught you in it.
Yeah, and it, caught you in it, and you were kind of stuck for a while. Kind of like Ness's Fire.
Yeah.
And
then there was Kirby's Freezy Breath, which is actually a move.
Yeah.
When he eats the snowman, which is awesome.
So, basically, apparently you'll have the ability to customize movesets.
Yeah.
Which means in your single player or local games, not online.
Yeah, not for glory. Yeah.
But online, you'll be or offline, excuse me, you'll be able to customize your movesets of all your different characters. I have no idea what that means for the future. I don't know how much you'll be able to customize. I don't know if it's just special moves. I don't know if it's. We have no idea yet.
I really hope that this mechanic can enter the competitive scene. Like Smash custom tournaments.
I think that would be really, really interesting.
But there's a really fine line, It depends on how much the moves change, because, if something is abused, the whole competitiveness falls apart.
Yeah, and I think
if something is too good.
Yeah, and I think if it's just specials that are being changed, then I think there's less of a chance.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If it's normal attacks, we're going to get into problems.
That's going to get insane.
Because I'll just take, Marth's up A.
And make it 10 times faster or something
and I'm
that.
Yeah, that's not going to work. But if it's just specials, that could be really interesting.
Yeah, so. I mean, I don't think we've seen enough to make a call whether it can be competitive or not yet.
Yeah,
but it's an incredibly awesome mechanic.
I think it's a really cool idea. I like that they continue to do unique things and bring in stuff that, just to keep Smash fresh.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, we'll just, we'll make the ability for people to make their own characters, essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I really, really like that idea a lot. Like you said, we haven't seen enough of it yet.
Right.
But
absolutely.
Hopefully we will soon.
Yeah.
Knowing Sakurai, we won't for a while. But still.
I'm satisfied for now.
Yeah.
I'm good for now. It was good. Yeah.
So after all of the items and everything else, kind of got into existing characters and kind of going over movesets.
Yeah.
Of existing characters.
Right.
But one of the things that was announced was both Zero Suit Samus and Sheik will be back.
Separately.
Yeah, but they're completely separate.
Dude,
so
I don't know about you, but I think they're definitely taking down, serious notes from Project M.
That's the only thing I've been thinking, too.
Yeah.
Because, they wouldn't care normally whether Zelda or Sheik was two different characters. But it's almost like the competitive players were like, yeah, but this matters because of these reasons, and so we're going to separate them.
Yeah.
So then they're like, oh, well, maybe we'll do that.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just seemed like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but Zero Suit Samus and Sheik will be back. Zero Suit Samus is, I think, her other M version, right? I think so.
Did she have jet boots?
She might have. In that one.
Yeah, I can't remember. Because it feels like it was kind of just a way to pump her up in Smash kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure if she did, but she does have jet boots now, so her recovery's a lot better, which I was very happy about because that's the reason I don't play.
It looks like they're taking out the tether grabs.
I think they might be taking out the side one, but I think the up one is still there.
You sure? Because Olimar's is gone too. Did you notice that? That's true. Yeah.
Maybe they are. I don't know.
His is now flying Pikmin, which looks a lot better.
Yeah. 10 times better.
Though he is a little nerfed having only 3
Pikmin out at the same time. Although I like that it comes out in an order.
So you can strategize better.
Once again, another almost more serious or competitive side of things.
Yeah.
This is the other thing I noticed is that when they announced Olimar, they said, well, it's not random anymore.
Right.
It's like they're
so
getting
for better
rid.
strategy.
Yeah, it's like they're getting rid of a lot of those random elements.
And did you see the recovery part where like the Pikmin are too heavy and one person is like throwing all his Pikmin away and quickly doing B up?
Yeah.
That's going to be really difficult.
That's going to be really interesting. So Olimar, if he's like good in other aspects, I think could be a really interesting character because of that.
I just don't know if I agree with getting rid of 2 of his Pikmin because he seemed like such a hard character to play with in the first place and had a lot of shortcomings.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing they're gonna try to make his attacks stronger.
Yeah, I can see that
with only 3 Pikmin.
Yeah,
and they might try to make the Pikmin stronger themselves so that they don't die easily.
Right.
I don't know. Like we said, we haven't seen enough. Yeah. I think I agree with you. I like the fact that it comes out in a specific order. That you only have 3. I don't know. That's kind of...
It's rough.
It's rough. Definitely rough. So, but yeah, Zero Suit Samus and Sheik, and they came back. Regular movesets, usually. I mean, Zero Suit Samus has rockets, obviously.
They all have Wait, no. Well, Zero Suit Samus has its own mindset.
Yeah.
Moveset.
Yeah.
But, Sheik and Zelda now have their own B downs.
Yeah, and I like Zelda's a lot.
I like it, but it's kind of random and insane.
Yeah, it's
here's a giant demon soldier.
Yeah. It's like a palace guard, sort of, and she just like summons it out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then it kind of attacks in front of her, or it can guard an attack. Basically.
Right. Yeah.
But
it can get hit down.
Yes, it can definitely.
There's that one along with DDD's spike balls.
Oh, yep, I saw that.
It can also get hit away, and the Waddle Dees are gone. Most people are probably happy, but I loved those little guys.
The Waddle Dees are awesome, but once again, I feel like that's them kind of getting rid of random elements.
Yeah, and getting more competitive.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed weird. Like, I didn't think this was the direction they were going, but this direct, it seemed like that. A lot of characters' movesets are like that. But the one thing I was excited about, though, was Sheik's down B. Is a little bomb that's like a smoke bomb.
No, that's her forward B.
Is it her forward B?
Yeah, okay. They're getting rid of the whip, which is awesome.
I really like that idea, and I also like it because she's more like a ninja now.
Yeah.
She actually has a ninja tool now. I'm like, yes. Besides the needles, but...
That's gonna revolutionize Sheik, because...
Yeah, it looks really interesting.
It's her, like, one, like, power special.
Yeah.
Now, the fish kick...
that...
It seems like it might work, but it's difficult to use. But another thing, totally reminds me of the B down for Samus.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. That extra jump kind of thing. Yeah.
For Zero Suit.
Was that in Brawl, or did they bring that in Project M?
No, that was in Brawl.
Okay.
It wasn't quite as good, though.
Yeah, alright.
As it was in Project M. But yeah, I mean, so new characters are back, obviously existing moves and everything, and they didn't really go into detail about a lot of the other characters. It seems like
they just brought
stay the same.
Yeah, they just brought up a couple differences with a few of the characters. Kirby's got a charging hammer.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as existing characters go, that was pretty much it. Except for, of course, they announced Yoshi's going to be back. So, yay, Yoshi's back.
Yeah.
I was kind of like...
Was there any difference?
The only thing he said, and this was really funny to me, is because he's like, yeah, Yoshi always walked, like, hunched over, and now he's not. And I was like, that's it? That's all you're going to say about Yoshi?
Yeah.
I mean, like anybody's surprised that they brought Yoshi back.
No.
I mean, nobody is. And I'm guessing it's going to be the same moveset, same everything.
Yeah.
They didn't talk about differing recovery.
No.
I wish that they did.
Seriously.
Because Yoshi, yes, the double jump is really good, but good lord, he has no recovery other than that.
Exactly.
None.
Exactly.
God. Anyway, so, I mean, Yoshi's back, and it's whatever. I'm not really that excited about it.
Whatevs. It's there.
But then they did get a chance to talk about some of the new characters coming to Smash.
Yep.
2 of which I am very excited about after seeing this direct.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, Rosalina and Luna.
Oh, my gosh.
I am really excited because it looks, for anybody that plays some different fighting games, for instance, Blaze Blue has kind of this doll character. He controls a doll. Yes. So you're able to control the doll and the character at the same time on screen. That's Rosalina and Luna.
Yeah.
That in a Smash game, I think is going to be
It's absolutely
awesome.
revolutionary.
It's going to be awesome.
There's been nothing like it, like a puppet feature. I mean, the closest would be Ice Climbers, but that's just two characters fighting at once.
And they showed her actually, like, doing combos.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
like, she throws Luna to the other side, and then she hits a character over there, and Luna hits the character, and then she hits the character again.
Yeah.
So, actually going through that process of actually showing what you can do with it was really interesting.
Definitely.
So, I am, like, mained. Like, that is my main character. I love those kind of characters, and I think she's going to be really interesting in Smash. So, yeah, Rosalina and Luna, I'm in.
Yeah.
Totally in. I'm really excited.
Yeah, definitely.
Who is the other one I was talking about was Little Mac.
Little Mac.
And I'm also really excited about Little Mac. Never thought I'd say that.
He's probably going to be the most combo-oriented character in Smash to
definitely.
date.
I mean, he is, like, very ground-oriented, too. Which is something that's very weird. Like, they even admitted, his aerial game isn't good.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not good. And his recovery is terrible. And it looked terrible.
It does. It does.
But I don't know, there was a lot of really interesting stuff with him. He's got feints, he can dodge projectiles.
Yeah, honestly,
he's got huge armor on his moves. He's just soaking up hits.
I'm still saying he's a little overpowered. To be honest,
we'll see what happens.
He's got a one-hit KO. Basically, 2 counter moves.
Yeah.
One dodges and then attacks, and then one just counters.
Yeah.
And then, he's got, he's got armor on the moves.
Yeah.
And is just super powerful.
Yeah.
It's just,
I think
we'll have to see how easy or difficult it can be to get him in the air or off the edge once he gets going.
And I think aerial characters are the ones that are going to give him trouble.
Aerial projectile.
Yeah, they can just stay in the air for a while.
Right.
But he's got tools to deal with all that. So
yeah, lots of armor.
But I'm excited because this is definitely a departure for the Smash series. Like, usually characters just don't, like, they don't outright say one character's good on the ground, one character's not good in the air. They're usually like, nah, you can deal with it. When Jigglypuff obviously isn't good on the ground, for instance, right?
Yeah.
But they came out right and said his recovery is terrible. He can't do air. He's a ground-based fighter. I was like, this is... And I felt like that was really
I don't think it hurts their advertisement of this character because...
No.
His ground is so incredible.
Yeah.
It's not hurting it, it's balancing him.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm excited. I'm really excited for Little Mac. I mean, we'll see what happens with if he's going to be overpowered or not. Because I agree. One of his rush punch, too, I think it might be his side B.
Yeah, the one where he dodges and then hits.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Are you serious? What are you supposed to do?
That looks really good. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I think your only hope for that move is freaking, like, shield grab.
Yeah,
or, like,
honestly,
just running the other way, you know?
You have to space your projectiles really well, because if you think about it, you have to recover from the projectile early enough to deal with that move.
Yeah,
because if you do a projectile close to him, he just dodge it, hit you immediately.
Exactly.
And they showed that leading into a combo, too.
Oh, my goodness.
And I was like, oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
That looks really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Little Mac was one of them. What was some of the other ones?
There's Mega Man, of course.
Mega Man, which looked interesting.
It doesn't seem like his combos string together too well.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to be a combo character. He's going to be the projectile
he's like
character.
Happy specialist dude.
Yeah,
like ode to the fans, basically. Yeah, it's
basically.
Mega Man. It's Mega Man. That's all you gotta say.
I mean, I'm glad that he's there.
Yeah,
but it's going to be kind of. Like, I don't know if a lot of people are going to play him. It seems like he'll be kind
of an average character.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are going to be playing him, to be honest. Because, he
once
like
once you get over the hype.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when Sonic first came out.
Yeah, that's
It's like, oh my gosh, I gotta main Sonic. A ball. Oh, I can be a ball in this move, too.
Yeah.
Oh, look, another ball move.
Everything is a ball move. Yeah, it's kind of true. So, what were some of the other ones? I think that was it for kind of going over movesets that I wanted to go over, really.
Yeah.
So the last thing that not character wise, but there was another thing that he announced.
Do you want to talk about Wii Fit Trainer at all?
No. I really, really don't.
Good.
So Wii Fit Trainer is in the game. That's all you need to know. Let's just move on.
Deep breathing. Deep breathing.
I don't know. A lot of people are like the fact that she's kind of a joke character. You know?
I don't.
But Paul's like, I am not amused by this.
Well, I don't think we outright said this yet, but it's kind of obvious right now. We're both hardcore smashers, and we've loved this industry right from the get-go and have hardcore been involved in it ever since.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I feel like Wii Fit Trainer is just kind of whatever. I'm not gonna play her. I'm really not. She's not interesting to me.
No.
Like, all of her moves are, like, fit moves. Like, I don't know why that's interesting.
She's got the glowing sun projectile. And then, like, a power-up move?
Yeah.
Another ode to Project M.
Yep. Yeah.
Because they never did that before, but Project M brought that in with Lucas.
Mm-hmm. And Lucario now has more power-up moves available, too.
His new energy ball, totally looking like Project M's giant Spirit Bomb energy ball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying that they copied Project M, but I think
they no complaints, because Project M is amazing.
Well,
the more they take from it, the better. The way I see it.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. So yeah, Wii Fit Trainer's there. Ignore it. Lucario's there. I'm not excited, but I mean,
I like
he's a cool
that
fighter.
He's mega evolving.
Yeah,
that's pretty freaking awesome.
That is pretty cool. I will admit that.
Also Villager.
Right, the Villager. I never played Animal Crossing, so I don't know anything about the Villager. I'll play him when he comes out. Looks like he has some interesting moves, but I'm not.
The tree move, I don't get it.
I guess
it looks so difficult to handle, because do you have to, like, press B down, like, 3 or 4 times to get the whole move out?
I think it's kind of funny that when you, like, chop it down, it, like, falls.
Yeah.
Like if it's on, like, a platform or something. So I think what's interesting is, if you could do that while edge guarding, that would be hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Like, build a tree, chop it down, and send it on somebody's head as they're trying to
recover. It's like, I gotta get tree.
But I don't know how fast you can do that. Like,
you have to really time it right. And it looks manually controlled, because it showed them doing the move, and he did one chop, then stopped for a while, and then another chop.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
I don't quite get it yet.
Nah, I don't get it either.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of things that I didn't get, like Wii Fit Trainer and Villager. I'm just kind of like,
I think this along with like Olimar, they're really trying to get people to fall in love with their newer mascots.
Yeah, that's true.
I think as Smash goes along, they're trying to get as many icons of their own franchise as possible.
Yeah,
for each franchise.
And I mean that makes sense because Animal Crossing is really big.
Yes, absolutely.
It absolutely is. So
yeah.
So the last thing before we get to the final 2 characters that were announced was Smash Run, which I'm just going to talk
for 3DS.
Yeah, for 3DS. Another game mode, kind of like Metroidvania. So basically, you explore this area and you find power-ups, and then you get into a lobby with 3 other players that have done the same thing for the past 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and then you fight it out. Once again, I like that they're bringing in stuff to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Not super excited. I'll probably play it once or twice.
I mean, it's a nice connectivity game, kind of like a Four Swords kind of deal or something.
I mean, it's kind of cool.
But I probably personally won't like it. I'm not one of those, like, good at, like, rapidly collecting kind of dealio.
Yeah, and really, like, there are so many power-ups, like, just from the footage they had, there are so many power-ups.
Yeah. What I'm afraid of is, like, you'll get into way too many landslides. Like, someone will be much stronger than everyone else.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge problem.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. So anyway, that's going to be a thing on the 3DS. I don't know if we'll play it that much. It might be really, really fun. We might get into it.
It's like every once in a while, you know?
Yeah,
like, hey.
It's an interesting wrinkle in the formula.
Definitely. So, and that's just for 3DS.
Yeah, that's only for 3DS. Yeah. And then, so the last thing, Sakurai, of course, signed off in his own weird way. I don't know what he's doing. He's on something. He does this weird, like, deep breathing thing, and then he's like, alright, I'll see you guys later.
I thought it was funny. I love it when he turned into a substitute.
Yeah, what was that? I was like...
Just a little Pokemon joke.
Yeah, I know. It was fun.
That was
pretty good. Yeah.
And kind of like relevant.
Ooh, it was relevant. Because
so
you
wanna get into it?
Immediately after he signed off, in classic Nintendo fashion, they're like, "All right, it's over. Everybody go home." Just kidding.
The flaming melee cross punch.
Yep.
And we all know what that means at this point.
Yeah, seriously. So basically, immediately, Charizard is announced as a playable character.
We see this rain of Pokeballs coming from the air, and everyone's just like, "Oh my gosh!" And I saw this other video of people's reactions and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And immediately they're like, "Mewtwo, Mewtwo, Mewtwo."
Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen.
You guys have probably seen that all over the internet. That little joke.
Yeah.
So keep going. With, Charizard.
But yeah, so they announced Charizard as a playable character, and from the footage, he looks really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They were showing a lot of, once again, showing combos, which they never do.
Yeah.
In promotional footage. So this is why this is really interesting to me. But they showed some different things he can do, and
again, just trolling Project M references. I did not see The Rock.
I did not see The Rock either.
Yeah.
But I was like, if they added The Rock, I would totally play Charizard.
Oh yeah,
but
it's a crazy move.
Yeah,
definitely.
it is a crazy move. But I really like the look of Charizard in this one because they've changed. They seem like they've changed a few things. And I like the fact
his
that
voice is different.
Yeah, and I like the fact that he's, once again, a single character.
Yes.
Like, they're changing up the 2 characters in one, 3 characters in
one
one
thing. With Project M.
Yeah.
With the Pokemon as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I really like the fact that Charizard's back, but he's his own character.
Alright, Andrew. Chances of Squirtle and Ivysaur coming back.
Not good.
Not good.
I really think Charizard is in there because he's the most popular
Pokemon
next to Pikachu.
On many most popular Pokemon forms, he's right behind Pikachu.
Yeah, so
definitely.
I really think
he might be entering permanent status and
he's getting close. He's definitely getting close.
Yeah. But Squirtle.
Yeah.
I love Squirtle. I love those speed demon characters. But you mind if I talk about the next character?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright. So continuing with the CG movie, Charizard's basically duking it out with 5 other people, and he's about to clash with Mario. Mm-hmm. Then we see this silhouette of a thin, sickly-looking thing. I personally, I thought it was a weird princess or something like that. I didn't know. But I
had no idea.
looking at that YouTube video, and he's doing the little energy concentration thing. They're like, "Oh my gosh, it's totally Mewtwo," kind of thing. And I'm like, so, but I wasn't thinking that. I was looking at him gather the energy, and I was just like, what is that? What is that? what is he doing?
What is happening right now?
So it cuts back to Mario and Charizard briefly, and then back to the charging. You can see, oh my gosh, that's a freaking water shuriken, and that's when I knew what this thing was.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You knew immediately?
Yeah.
Because I had no idea at first. I was like, why is there water?
Because I did play X and Y.
Yeah.
And at that point I was just flipping my lid. It was revealed the shuriken hits Charizard and Mario, and then it reveals freaking Greninja from X and Y.
So
oh my gosh,
I was surprised by this because I thought they put in Pokemon from X from Y. I didn't think they'd be a playable character.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought they'd just be Pokemon.
Because
right?
What is it? Characters in the past like Pikachu, of course, and then Charizard, super popular,
right?
First gen,
yeah,
and then Lucario and Mewtwo. They had their own movies at the time, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Still kind of a surprise to me that Lucario came back again.
Came back in this
but he was still very prominent in X and Y. But what is it? Greninja, definitely the most popular in the series.
Yeah. I can see that.
In the new games. Definitely one the most popular Pokemon. But people outside of Pokemon still won't recognize him. Like Charizard or Pikachu.
Yeah, because everybody recognizes Charizard and Pikachu.
Yeah,
normally.
Absolutely.
But Greninja is going to be he's kind of a fringe character because he's new. Honestly, he's brand new. It's X and Y. It was this year, last year. Last year,
last year, like fall.
Yeah, so it's only really been a few months since X and Y's been out. It just seems...
So it does make sense, but it's still a huge surprise.
Yeah, honestly, it was a big surprise to me because I honestly didn't think they were going to make new Pokemon a playable character.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy though.
But he looks really good.
I just want to justify why I love him because everyone loves him, but I want to give my reasoning really quick. So, okay. Freaking Greninja is awesome, and like, of course, he has the new stylish ninja look.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you and me both, we're huge Naruto fans, so I'm like, dude, this is awesome. And I have a thing for the big, long, flowing scarves.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a big Cyborg 009 fan,
Uh-huh.
even if it's their tongue. I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's continue with that.
No, he's a really cool character, and he looks like, you think Little Mac's gonna be broken. Personally, I think Greninja's gonna be broken.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why do you feel that way?
He's fast,
Uh-huh.
and he seems to have really good attacks. Like, everything's really good. For instance,
That's true.
he has a teleport move that I don't even think was a counter. Like, I think it's
His
just
substitute.
a teleport.
His substitute, I believe, is a counter.
Is it a counter? Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But he has rush moves, and he has
A giant water shuriken that looks like it hooks you into it.
It does.
If
It
you
does.
charge it.
Uh-huh.
If you charge it.
Yeah. So he looks really, really good. And the other thing that I was like, speaking of combos again, they keep showing characters doing combos.
Right.
I felt like Greninja was the one that they showed the most with.
Yeah.
He was doing stuff like, teleport counter, so he'd teleport behind them, and then he was hitting them several times, and then he'd get in the air, and he'd do his up B. I don't know. He looks really, really good.
Yeah.
And he looked fast.
Right.
And that was the main thing.
He looks like Sheik level quickness.
Yeah, honestly, a little bit faster than Sheik, I thought.
Maybe.
Like, almost Fox level in
You think
in
so?
Melee. Yeah, he looked really fast. So, I don't know.
Maybe.
And obviously, we haven't seen anything about his special moves, because they went into all the other characters into detail about their special moves in this, but they didn't.
But you can kind of grab some. I mean, you got neutral B is the water shuriken.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
B down probably is definitely the substitute counter.
Yes.
And then we did see his, I believe, what is his B up? He was like off on a plane and he zigzagged in two different directions, kind of like Pikachu's quick attack.
It's kind of like Pikachu. So, and that's the other thing too. That's really good recovery.
Yeah,
if that's the case.
Definitely.
So I don't know. I feel like
it's like Sheik with better specials, totally amped up specials.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if his normal attacks are good, then I think he could be really, really good.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. They did look similar to Sheik's because he's got the quick jab thing I saw, and I think also an up that looked similar to Sheik's.
Yeah,
like these little like water knives come out kind of thing, which is awesome.
Yeah, looks really cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's gonna be as broken as like Meta Knight, for instance, because I think Meta Knight is still.
You know what?
The best character in Smash.
But I am praying that people don't start calling Greninja OP because I feel like I'm cursed with that right now with the characters I favor. Because what is it? Meta Knight? I was a huge fan even before they revealed his moveset because I was a big fan of Kirby Superstar. It's like freaking Meta Knight. He's awesome. But I'm hoping. I'm hoping he won't reach that level.
I don't. I think it's too early to really know that right now. But I mean, he just looked really good to me.
Yeah,
like really good. So
honestly, I'm still worried about Little Mac more.
Okay, and that's totally fair.
Yeah,
and I think you're right. He has a lot of counters, ways to get behind things and around things.
Ike's power, but a lot faster.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah. So and the instant KO move bothers me for a lot of reasons.
It would depend on how fast it is, I believe, and how easy it is to evade.
And honestly, I mean, that's just like, why do you keep doing that in game design?
Yeah. Like,
they did a really good job with the rest of it of kind of getting rid of these random, ridiculous elements, and then they're like, oh, but Little Mac has an instant KO move. Really?
It's like, what?
I don't know. I feel like you don't need that.
I think it's a pattern to make newer characters more and more unique outside of the norm for Smash.
I get that. I definitely get that. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. We really haven't seen much of... what I want to see is actual people, like, fighting. Like, that's what I want to see. It's like people with hands.
We got a short demo of it at a long time ago. It was like a Mega Man and Mario fight or something like that. It's like, I kind of get the idea.
Like, I want them... I hope over the summer... I mean, the 3DS version is coming out over the summer.
Yeah.
So that helps. But I hope that closer to the summer, they're going to start releasing actual, like, match footage.
Right.
Like games, full games of people playing.
Right.
So we get to see more of what it's about.
I have confidence that we will.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that it's going to be late summer, honestly.
The 3DS version?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have a feeling it's going to be late winter for the Wii U
Oh,
version.
Definitely. So maybe we'll see something at E3 or like right before it's released or
I
something like
think
that.
so.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I'm surprised that they have different release dates.
That is
a little
interesting.
Weird,
but they are still talking about a connection between the 3DS and Wii U version.
Yeah.
They have not said what it is yet. I have a theory.
Okay.
I don't know how true this is, but it would be awesome. Is in the 3DS version, you can make your own custom character, maybe based on your Mii or something, and give it have a choice of a big list
really
of
cool.
movesets, and then you can import it in the Wii U version.
That would be really cool, actually.
Yeah. But that might not be it. That's just my theory.
They do have custom movesets. I mean, they've already basically
they're kind of moving towards that.
I mean, that could be really fun, actually.
Yeah, I would enjoy it.
That'd be really cool.
There is one more thing I wanted to talk about is possible hinted characters.
Okay.
Or possible characters in general for the future.
Okay.
Yeah. So first, I want to give a shout out to Kevin Madden, who gave me some awesome pointers about a couple hinted characters, and has good evidence for them.
Ooh,
so first off, King K. Rool from Donkey Kong Country. He pointed out that in the levels there were Kremlings. And since Rare's departure, they haven't used Kremlings for anything.
Yeah, because that was from Donkey Kong Country, and that was a Rare game.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah. That's kind of interesting.
And then the second one is Palutena. I think I'm saying that right. From Kid Icarus.
Yes.
There were a couple, quote, leaked images. Like, I'm not sure if they were proven yet or not, but they looked pretty legit. And, what is it? They were taunting that last trophy in the direct, but it turned out not to be her.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, Pit's final smash doesn't involve her anymore.
Oh, it doesn't?
Nope.
Oh, it totally doesn't.
So,
okay.
I think there's a lot of good hintings towards
that would actually
Palutena.
be really, really cool.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, honestly...
Pay no to Kid Icarus.
Yeah, honestly, if Pit in Brawl he didn't have those side B moves that were so dumb, I would have played him a lot more, because I really liked his arrow mechanic, and he was an interesting fighter. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind playing somebody else from Kid Icarus. I think definitely. As long as they have a unique moveset, I feel like they're doing a really good job with that.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely. So thanks again, Kevin Madden, for giving me those hints about characters. It's really good information. Keep it coming, man.
Yeah,
thank you.
Keep the fan theories coming.
I do have a couple others I'm thinking about. I guess there's less evidence on it, but I was looking at the assist trophies, and two conspicuous absences caught my eye.
Okay.
First off being Shadow the Hedgehog.
Right.
I don't think anyone would be thrilled about that, but I thought about it. The second one, Isaac from Golden Sun, was not in the assist trophy lineup, and they showed a ton of the older assist trophies.
Now, are there other Golden Sun characters as assist trophies or trophies right now?
Nope. They haven't said anything about Golden Sun yet.
I would love that, but I just don't know if that's gonna happen.
I think it's possible because he was an assist trophy in Brawl.
And that's true.
Yeah.
And he was definitely an assist trophy, and there were trophies, like trophies in general, like the things you pick up, that were Golden Sun references.
Right.
So, I don't know. I would love for that to happen. I would love for them to bring in somebody from Golden Sun. I don't know.
It's a long shot.
They still own the rights to it, right? Or do they not own the rights?
No idea, man.
I don't even know. When was the last Golden Sun game that came out? I guess it wasn't that long ago. It was a few years ago, but
I mean, I know the fans are screaming out for that one.
Golden Sun has been people wanted that for Brawl.
Yeah.
Like, hardcore people wanted Isaac for Brawl. And
Definitely.
it never came. So it'd be really, really cool to have it happen now. That'd be amazing. Also, I'd like more Fire Emblem people. Because the last Fire Emblem game that came out was hugely popular. So it's totally a possibility.
I haven't played it, but there's a girl that's the main character.
Yeah, and there's just a couple other really interesting characters. I feel like Martha's there, and he's staying there. Like,
yeah, definitely.
We know he's going to be
He's the poster boy for Fire Emblem now.
Yeah, he's
in Smash at least.
Yeah, in Smash, definitely. But I feel like there's so many new characters in the new Fire Emblem.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't know. So,
but what is it? Is it Lynn? The assist trophy Fire Emblem character?
Oh yeah, is she from the new one?
No, she was a Brawl assist trophy as well.
Okay.
I think her name's Lynn.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Fire Emblem, but I like the Fire Emblem characters in Smash games. I think they fit really well, and I've always liked playing them.
Definitely.
So I really want them to not just be like, Marth's there, so people don't, bitch at us, sort of. And now we're just gonna go get other characters. I want them to go get a couple more Fire Emblem characters.
I miss Roy.
Yeah, because I loved Marth and Roy, and then I loved Ike. So I don't know. I really want. I want it all.
Don't we all?
I want it all.
Don't we all, Andrew?
Yeah.
I think Pac-Man's still a pretty big front runner because they haven't. They talked about trophies and assist trophies with Namco Bandai, and we've seen a couple, and Pac-Man wasn't in there either, so everyone's talking about him, and I think it's a huge possibility.
I honestly think that if they did Pac-Man, I would not be surprised at all. I'd be like, yep, it's Pac-Man.
Yep.
And then I just want to see his final Smash be the version where he turns into his old self.
Right?
And everybody else has to run around as 8-bit characters.
Dude, I think it'd be really cool if he turned into that, and then all the other characters turned into blue ghosts.
I would love that. It would be amazing. I want that to happen.
It seems like they're making the final Smashes a lot more cinematic.
Yeah. I've noticed that too. So anyway, I would love to see that. I wouldn't mind seeing Pac-Man. I think he'd be a fun addition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so, any other characters you can think
of? Do you want to just go over, like, possibilities of, like, the most popular franchises? Like, what might be added in?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, Fire Emblem, which we just talked about, obviously. Golden Sun's a possibility. I would love to see somebody from Golden Sun.
We want it.
Yeah, we want it so bad.
We want it.
And then, what are some other ones?
I'm thinking Zelda, possibly Garahim from Skyward Sword. He was the main bad guy in it, and he left quite an impression. He was a strange character, like almost effeminate but really powerful at the same time kind of character. And he made more of an impression than the final boss, in my opinion, in Skyward Sword. So I think he's a possibility. Midna's out because she's an assist trophy. Yeah, they revealed that. Yeah, which I don't mind. She's cool. I'm happy she's just in there.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody from Skyward Sword came in.
Yeah, definitely.
I also wouldn't be surprised since the Wind Waker HD just came out.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody else I don't know who else from Wind Waker could be there. I mean, I can't really think of another person. But
personally, I don't think many like fighter-sized characters made that much of an impression. It would be like the pirate form of Zelda in the beginning, if anything.
Basically.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah,
who knows?
Yeah.
But, what are some other franchises you were thinking of?
Well, I guess they've covered Mario up and down.
Yeah, you don't need anybody else. Like Mario, flagship franchise, Pokemon, you don't really need anybody else, in my opinion.
That's true. I feel like, I don't know, it's hard to say whether or not they'll do more Pokemon, though, because, like,
I think they will.
There's so much to choose from, honestly.
I think they will do more Pokemon.
Definitely. I still believe Jigglypuff will come later.
You can bet that she'll be back.
Also, I wanted to point out really quick, if you look at their website, they're doing an interesting pattern. Like, the characters revealed, they're doing it in patterns of 3s or 6s. like old characters of 3s or 6s, and then a new character reveal.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So just pointing that out, maybe we can gauge the next predicted new character coming out, kind of thing.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Star Fox. I don't know if anyone's really raring for another character. I thought Wolf as a character is awesome, but his moveset was really disappointing.
Yeah, I agree. I think
another clone, basically. Well, his A's were really different.
Yeah, that's true. They were way different, but
his specials, they could have done something else. Yeah.
I mean, they could have done something a little bit more interesting. He didn't need a laser. No. You know? Like, that's the kind of stuff where I'm like...
Or a reflector.
Really need to do that. Yeah, yeah.
But if I had to pick someone from that franchise, probably Crystal would be the next one to come if they were to dig deeper.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't be very excited about that.
Yeah,
I did not like that game, but it's a possibility.
But she's a main character now, and because she's stuck around for Assault.
Exactly.
Which I enjoyed. If they took out the land parts, the sky parts were awesome.
Yeah,
and that was like half the game.
Yeah. So I mean,
good game.
I can see that. I can see Crystal come into the game
if they're
looking for Star Fox. Yeah, if they're looking for Star Fox characters, I can see that. But I don't know if they will.
Kirby, I'm thinking probably the most likely would be the final boss in Return to Dreamland.
Okay. Yeah.
Personally, I'd really want Marks from Kirby Superstar, of course.
Yeah.
Have you played that?
No, I haven't played it, but I know.
Oh my gosh, Marks is cool. Yeah. It's like, he's like this insane bat jester thing. He just
That's a great description, actually.
Yeah. This song is so haunting and rings in my head still. They had it in Brawl, actually. Which
is
awesome.
Did they? That's cool. Yeah, I mean, Kirby is kind of...
I don't think they'll go for a character. We talked about Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey
for
Kong?
K. Rool could be a possibility.
Definitely could be.
Another strong possibility, I think they might bring in Dixie Kong.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think Dixie Kong is probably the next thing if they're going to do Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
That's like the highest possibility, in my opinion, because she's been in every game. She was just in Tropical Freeze.
Right, exactly.
And she's always there.
Fans love her.
Yeah, and everybody really
Donkey
likes
Kong
her
Country
a lot.
Too.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like she's kind of a natural addition.
Probably out of all the ones we talked about, she'd be the most strong. Like out of the general first party ones we've been talking about.
Definitely.
Any others?
So there's not really any other Nintendo franchises. I mean, you're not going to add anything from Metroid. It's just not going to happen.
Ridley is going to be a level boss.
Yeah, he's not going to.
A lot of hearts were broken, especially Kevin's. I'm sorry, Kevin.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think he's just too huge.
It's too hard to do.
Yeah, like
it's just too hard to do.
They could, but he'd look so minimalistic to what he really is.
Yeah.
Kind
so
of thing.
I mean,
which I can kind of see it, but it would still be amazing if they did that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But so nothing Nintendo, but Namco. Namco. I like that actually.
The baby of Namco Bandai.
Yeah. There you go. Their franchises, I don't know what they're gonna add. We talked about Pac-Man. I don't know. Jesus, I mean, add something from Soul Calibur or Tekken.
Oh my gosh,
like, that would be really funny.
Nightmare.
Can you imagine all these
wreck everyone?
Can you imagine all these cutesy Nintendo characters and then Nightmare's like, oh, and he has this giant sword? Like, what?
Dude, it's kind of like when Snake first appeared.
That's true.
He didn't fit in at all with these characters.
That's a good point. It's a very good point.
Oh, do you think Snake's gonna be back?
I have no idea. I don't think so. I think that was a very Brawl thing. Nintendo didn't even approach them about it. It was the other way around.
Really?
Yeah, like who's the director of Metal Gear Solid? I'm not gonna remember. He approached them and said, "Hey, Snake should go in your game. I think that'd be really fun."
Wow.
And then they were like, "Okay, cool." And then they put him in the game. I don't know if they're gonna bring him back. Like, I don't know if that's a possibility.
That's too bad.
But
I think they should really reach out for as much third party as possible.
I agree. They should bring in some other stuff.
But
Snake
Nintendo
would be cool to have back. It would be really cool to have back.
Absolutely.
I mean, somebody from Tekken, like, just add a generic fighter from Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
That might be kind of interesting.
But really, I think Soul Calibur owes us a character. They gave him Link in Soul Calibur, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Give us some love.
Give us a Soul Calibur character.
I think that would be awesome.
That would be actually really cool. I would love to see that. So, yeah. It's the Smash Direct. Gave us shit ton of info.
Obviously.
So much info.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get more. I don't want them to just go radio silent now.
No.
For the next few months.
I think they'll stay consistent with their smaller updates. And
hope they will.
And then, I'm going to say it, 3 characters later, we're going to see a new character.
Yep. Alright. Paul's calling it right now. I hope you're right. Because I want to see more character reveals. I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Because right now we only have 6 new characters.
That's true. Much. That's not a lot.
One thing also is, I don't want it to be like Brawl where all the new characters are there already and you're unlocking old characters.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of annoying.
Yeah, I agree. I want there to be some surprise new characters that you're unlocking. Definitely.
I think they're definitely saving some of their big guns.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Honestly, the next thing is E3, and I don't think the 3DS version is going to release before that at all. So E3 is
demos
kind of the next,
should be ready.
Yeah, E3 is kind of the next big thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, Smash is going to be at MOG and Evo, so there could be like a small thing at Evo too.
Yeah.
Which would be really interesting.
I'm still praying for Melee HD.
I think that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
because Nintendo's finally starting to recognize it.
Yeah, and they're also talking about bringing other GameCube titles back.
Yeah. Do it! What are you waiting for, Nintendo?
Release it over the summer so it holds us off for a few months, and then release the new one.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Or what if? Oh my gosh. What if they like release it at the same time?
That would actually be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Nintendo is a strange beast for sure.
Yeah.
You never really know what's going to happen.
Yes, they are.
This Direct kind of took me by surprise in tone.
Yeah, definitely.
So, who knows?
A very pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Greninja! Alright.
Any closing statements you want to have towards the Smash as a whole?
I'm just really, really excited. And at some point, I'm going to have to get a Wii U.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to hold out either.
Yeah.
Though I've been trying for PS4 because I gotta get me some KH3.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3, people. That's what I meant.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Big fan of that.
Yeah. We'll probably have a podcast on that at some point.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, was that just about it? Okay.
That was basically it.
I do have kind of a worry on my side of the direction it's going. It's like, I think it's really cool that they're like intricating like new combos and like styles to the characters. But I don't want them to give up on the organicness Melee had.
Okay.
Like the pacing and the flow and strength of it.
So,
I don't think this one will have it.
No.
It'll be a step up from Brawl, but it won't be Melee, definitely.
Melee is just such a strange beast because I feel like it's a happy accident. They were going for this very casual game, and then everybody else discovered all these other things you can do with it.
Yeah.
There is no way they could have predicted that.
Yeah. But even the organicness of the original 64 version...
That's true, yeah.
It showed potential. Like, and I just want that potential back. Even without wave dashing. I like wave dashing, but I can live without it. I just need the pacing of it, you know?
I don't need wave dashing or... You know what? Actually, this is so true. I don't even need there to be... you can give me unlimited air dodges. What I need there to be is I need there to be hit stun. So when I hit somebody, I can actually hit them again.
Yeah.
That's what I need. And I think... I hope that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But there's no way to tell.
I think they should bring back... I don't know. I don't know if they will, but L canceling.
Yeah.
That was on purpose, wasn't it, in Melee?
So it seems like it was on purpose. Like, wave dashing wasn't really on purpose.
No,
like,
that was a glitch.
They just weren't going to fix it because it wasn't worth it. But L canceling was something they added in.
Yeah.
They knew that they were going to cut down lag times.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe. And short hopping and fast falling was still in Brawl.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Those things I think are going to be back. And maybe L canceling will be back. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you said, we don't need wave dashing. That's not something we really need.
Just the organic flow of it all.
Yeah. I need to be able to, like, hit somebody and then actually hit them again, like, in succession.
Right.
And not in a way that's like, I know if I hit them with this, they will go exactly this way.
Yeah.
Because Melee wasn't like that.
No.
You could hit them again, but you have to follow them and hit them.
Yeah.
Like.
And gravity needs to exist.
Yeah, like a lot more than in Brawl.
Freaking floatiness everywhere.
But seriously, after seeing Greninja, I feel like that is something.
Yeah.
That's a thing. Like,
definitely.
gravity exists because he fell very fast.
Yeah, I could definitely see it.
I don't know.
But what I was getting to is, like, what I'm afraid of is that they're going to go in a direction of, oh, we could never duplicate Melee's organicness, so we'll just make more complex combos. And if they go too far in that direction, it'll become like every other fighting game.
So I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree with you. And I think that's something that Namco Bandai needs to be careful of.
Yes.
Because their team is going to want to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
And I hope that they don't.
Well, what they've shown so far is really cool.
Yeah.
But they just can't go overboard with combos and stuff, because that's not Smash.
Yeah.
It's a whole different beast, and it needs to stay that way because it's one of a kind.
I mean, we call them combos, but they're not guaranteed.
No.
Combos in any way.
No.
It's very much just a series of hits.
Yeah. But without a doubt, Rosalina and Little Mac give you a lot more to think about.
Yeah.
Than, well,
that's true.
Not a lot more combos to think about. There's a ton you have to think about in Smash, of course. But
that's true.
In that array, I suppose.
And I mean, if Little Mac is a combo-oriented character, like, I know this is going to do this, I think that's okay because his hits are very solid.
Yeah.
If every character is like that, then I know exactly what you're talking about. That could be a huge problem. So, I get it. I really hope they start, like I said, I really hope they start releasing more footage and we get to see more of it.
Yeah.
Because eventually I'm going to want to see it. I'm not buying this thing. I want to, like, know what it's going to be like.
I'll probably get the 3DS version at least. Like I said before, I really want to get a PS4 first. Way later.
Yeah.
But I'm betting on someone getting a Wii U.
Yeah.
at least so. In our group. And they with the 3DS integration, there's going to be something special.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We'll see.
Well, yeah, we will see.
Exciting.
It's pretty close, actually.
Yeah.
It's summer. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a good discussion about the
Smash
Direct.
That was a massive discussion.
Yeah. Pretty long discussion on the Smash Direct.
But necessary.
But definitely necessary.
Yes.
I think it's clear that we're both really excited about it.
Yes, absolutely.
So.
And you should be too, people.
Yes.
Get pumped.
Get hype. And if you are hype, you can find us several places to show us your hype and your excitement.
Yeah. For more podcasts and articles and stuff, check out our many links. So for the podcasts, we're at youtube.com/thefanvoicepodcast. Check out our Facebook for all of our updates on facebook.com/thefanvoicepodcast. And our website is now up. From our last podcast, It wasn't quite ready, but it's up. We got tons of articles out. It's simply called Fanvoice, thefanvoice.com.
Yes.
Thefanvoice.com.
And then you can find us on Twitter at the Fanvoice Podcast. Use hashtag Fanvoice Podcast if you want to talk to us so we can see it. And good discussion. And
absolutely.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
So we'll
with
see you guys then.
Glorious updates of the world and stuff.
All of the news.
And again, we reiterate, reply to us, give us your opinions. If there isn't a character out there that we mentioned that you want, or do you think there are some hintings towards a new character, comment us. Tell us what you think about everything we've talked about. Do you think Namco Bandai is going in a good direction with its combos? Do you think it's not? All that stuff. We want to hear your replies, and we'll always shout out to you like we did today with our good friends. We look forward to more information from you.
All right. So we will see you guys next week.
All right. Thanks so much for listening, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.